Our Lego freeway is looking pretty good. Great way to display all of our vehicles. But it's still missing something. As you guys have pointed out, freeway needs lights and signs. So let's go take a look at those.
Here we've gathered most of the pieces that I think we're going to need. We need a pretty tall and sturdy structure for this. So I'm going with these axle connectors, and thankfully I have a ton of these red and black axle pieces that I think are going to connect and do a good foundation for these light poles and signs. And here are the lights, and I envision one pole going up in the center divider of the freeway with lights hanging over both lanes. Now, uniformity is key, so we've built all 5 of these the exact same.
I do want to add a little bit of fun to each of these though. So I've done this little topper for each one. It's got some lights on it, but also some fun other details like you can see the traffic camera there, little antenna, and then this one has a little weather station. This one kind of did some of the same stuff, traffic camera, but you can notice that's the printing from a little Millennium Falcon mini build. I thought that was just a fun random thing to throw on there. And then here is a Republic logo from Star Wars. I was just like, yeah, that's fun. Put that up there. And then here's a big eyeball that's going to be on top of one of the other light poles. And the top of this final light pole, that's a bird's nest. And I've been able to use Luke Skywalker's hair there as the nest. So now that our light poles are built, we have to figure out how to mount them on these dividers between our freeway lanes. And there's no easy way to do this as it's presently constructed, but what we're going to do is tear it up and use one of these little pin pieces. So we do a little bit of reconstruction, taking off some of these pieces and just creating one little spot on the top that we can put the pin in just like this. And then put that back together, and what's going to happen is how we've built those light poles with those pin connectors, that will slide right on there, and here we go. Looks like we have a light pole mounted on our divider, and we're ready to put it back in place. And here's all 5 of them spaced across our freeway. I might make them a little bit taller. I'm going to wait and see how the signage turns out. And again, I'm also making sure I have enough of these pin connectors to do that.
So let's go look at the highway signage. First, we've got some green pieces. Those panels there will help make some signs. And then I've got a few girder type pieces. I think maybe this might be preferred to build the kind of signage that I want for this freeway. So here we go. The poles on either side, and then provide the support, and then putting 3 of those girders together, and then doing this green signage just like that with the white bars across the top and the bottom. Looking pretty good. You can see here the full build, and these are connected using snap bricks and those little pincher hooks. So I think this looks pretty good. And we built a few of these, and then trying to have a variety, different size of signs, as you can see as we go through there. Some are like 9 studs wide, some are more like 6. Now we're going to connect those to the highway very much like we did those lights. And then again, taking 2 of the dividers, the center and the outside, putting the pins in, and then just kind of make sure the pins are in the right position, put it back, and then those highway signs connect just like that. Now we install the rest of them in different intervals across the whole freeway, obviously pointing the right direction of the traffic. And I really like how these look. Problem we have though is they are blank, and we want to fix that too. So I'm going to develop some custom stickers to put on these green pieces. So first thing we do is go through and measure all of the signs, and then I use Canva basically just to do this design with the green plates and then adding text that we want. Having some fun here with some local references to where we live, and also a few shouts out to different Lego references. We'll take a closer look at those in a minute, but first now we're going to print these out, and just printing on a standard printer. And what I did was, that's on a piece of sticker paper. The only drawback here is with our printer, you can't get the green to print quite as vivid to match the vivid green of the Lego piece. So now that everything's printed out, we use this little crafting cutting board to do some precise cuts to get this down to size. Then we just apply the sticker just like we would with a regular Lego set. And this sign is going to go on our freeway. And again, this is just kind of a little Lego reference to, like we have Arkham Asylum in the city. So it's Gotham and use caution. And some other shout outs with this other signage. Obviously, we've dubbed this HOF City, and we live in Canton, Ohio. And a few more local references, like my wife and I went to Bowling Green, so there's a sign for that. And my hometown is Wapakoneta, Ohio. And some pop culture references. There's an exit to Hogwarts. This is a Star Wars reference. I believe these are the two largest cities on Tatooine. And we just added the Krusty Burger set, and I thought a fun Simpsons reference would be good on the signage here. And my favorite sign, obviously, we're big Ohio State and Bowling Green fans here, so I love to troll our friends in Michigan and Toledo. Would love to hear what you guys think about our lights and our highway signage. In the meantime, you can find parts lists for these elements on our website, hofbuilder.com. I do think we need one more detail to make this elevated freeway authentic. Here's some orange barrels and some construction workers and a backup for miles. Thanks again for following along on our new Lego City build. Plenty more to come soon.